when God issues his commands, they're not a burden. They don't deny us access to fun. They don't deny us access to good things. When God said, this is the lane I want you to drive down, it's not because he wants us to just walk around in three-piece suits and dresses all the time and be all stringent and worried about just making one wrong. Not that anybody's wrong with three-piece suits and dresses. You get what I'm saying. Not like he wants us to be stringent and just watch every move and be just petrified all the time. It's not that. But God wants to command, his commands protect us from evil. He's saying this path leads to life. And it's hard. This path leads to death. You're going to be naturally inclined to go this way. But if you'll trust in me, I'll guide you this way. And God, being rich in mercy and being patient, sometimes he lets us, out of his mercy, take the wrong path. Now, that doesn't sound very fair, but it is. Because sometimes when we take the wrong path, guess what? We learn, oops, there's death at the end of this road. I hear people all the time, I'm living this certain way, I'm empty. Yeah, you're empty because, bro, God's not Lord in your life. Jesus is not Lord. That doesn't mean you're not going to have trials and sufferings, but you're going down a path that leads to destruction. Surprise! It's going to be empty at the end. Some of your fleshly desires are going to be fulfilled along the way. That'll keep you enticed. But the path promises nothing but death. God's not withholding pleasure from us when he tells us not to murder. He's not withholding pleasure from us when he tells us not to commit adultery. He wants us to experience the lightweight, guiltless living of purity. He wants us to I think about Proverbs and all of how we use wisdom and how you lay your head on the bed at night and you can sleep at night soundly knowing that even though life's hard, God is guiding you. You don't have to lay your head on the pillow at night and worry about how you're going to cover up your track of lies. You're not going to have to worry about how you're going to hide your gossip or how you're going to, figure out this anger buried down deep inside. You don't have to figure out how you're going to hide this thing from your spouse or how you're going to be able to make sure no one finds out you cheated. You don't have to figure out how to hide the money that you've been selling. You don't have to worry about it. He wants you to lay your head on the bed at night and know that you're forgiven. And that the darkness, you've been freed from it. We used to be slaves to it. We used to be chained to it. But he's cut the chain, and now he's saying, now you're chained to righteousness. And I want you to lay your head on the pillow at night. And I don't want you to have to worry about all of the things that you got to figure out. I died for it. I took it. Every sin from the worst to the lightest in our trajectories, whatever. I died for it all. My commands are not to be restrictive. They're actually to give freedom. Because when you go down the bad path, it locks you up. You go down the right path, it's freedom. God isn't keeping us back from things when he tells us not to steal. He's telling us that his provision is the best and it's eternal. God is not withholding good things from us when he says, this is the path that I want you to go. He's showing us the path that comes from only trusting in him. So the only question is, do you trust him?